How's everyone doing? Hello, Amy. Yesterday you went to a party at college and you ate hot dogs, snacks, and brownies. In June, you typically party like this. That sounds fun. You call it Festa Junia? Junina? Okay, interesting. Okay. Hope you had fun. Hello, Belen. We will get started in just a couple of minutes here. Let's give some people time to show up. Okay? Hello, hello, hello. You had a party. Had, not have. Hello, Edouard. Oh, yes, later. So you will have a party. You mean for Adriana or for who? You will have. Are you in school right now? What are you doing in school? How did I not know that? Or did I know that? Or are you just going to have a party just because? Ah, okay. All right then. So, today is English Q&A session, question and answer session. So if you have questions, you can ask me your questions. And today is the on-stage edition. On stage. So that means you can come on stage and you can talk to me today. Today you can come on stage. Okay? Some days you want to come on stage, but you cannot. But today you can. All right? However, before I do that, I do want to start with something. I'm just going to teach you guys something a little bit today. We're going to talk about colors for a minute, because colors are another way that English is different than some other languages. Not all, but some. For example, Chinese language is a language that when they talk about color, they usually use the same word, or they'll say dark green or light green, but they don't have a million kinds of green, right? Now, they can describe it more, but they usually don't, okay? But English has a lot of different kinds of colors, and when you learn them, it's a really great way to learn vocabulary also. So let's take a look at some of those colors for a moment. So if you look at a color chart like this, 550 different colors. So that means that there are 550 different shades of color. And that's a lot of names. So let's look at, for example, the red colors. So we have red, okay, sure. But we also have cherry red, and rose red, and jam red, Merlot red, garnet red, crimson red, ruby red, apple red, brick red, wine red, scarlet red. These are all different colors of red. So, do you know all of these words? Do you know what currant is? What is a currant? Do you know what mahogany is? Do you know what Merlot or scarlet mean? How about sangria? Do you know what sangria is? These are all things you can learn. Okay? These are all good words to learn. Lipstick. Do you know what lipstick is? Blush. The color of your cheeks. Right? Okay? Sangria is a kind of drink. Mahogany is a kind of wood. Currant is a kind of berry. All right? Garnet is a kind of stone. Merlot is a kind of wine. All right, and these are just some of the reds. Look, there are more. So here's the reds that we just talked about. Vermilion, Persian red, imperial red, Indian red, chili red, maroon, raspberry red, hibiscus. There's the U.S. flag red, Ferrari red, right? That's the color of a Ferrari, is Ferrari red. Yes, Merlot is a variety of grape, but most people know Merlot as a variety of wine. George, when you talk about the word Merlot, it is known for the wine, not for the grape. Yes, you are correct. You are correct. That's the variety of grape that makes the wine. But that's not what most people talk about. They don't talk about the grapes, they talk about the wine itself. Unless you're a connoisseur of wine, then maybe you talk about the variety of grape. Okay? Burgundy. Let's see. 49ers red. That's the team. There's a football team. Cardinal red. Right? So look at how many reds there are. And now we get to the oranges. We have regular orange. We have tangerine. Marigold. That's a kind of flower. Cider. That's a drink. Rust. That's what happens to iron when it oxidizes. It becomes rust, right? Ginger. Tiger color, right? Tiger orange. Fire orange. Bronze. Cantaloupe. Do you know cantaloupe? So this is a really amazing way to learn vocabulary words by color, because that's what they are. That color is that thing. Okay? They have the oranges. We also have, look here at the yellows. Right? Macaroon, granola, eggnog, sugar cookie, latte, biscotti, oyster, parmesan, hazelnut. Again, these are words that you can learn. These are things that you can learn, you know? Let's see, what else do we have? Like, look here, there are more colors of yellow too, like citrine, sunshine yellow, canary yellow, lemon yellow, goldenrod, gold, bright yellow, sunflower, bumblebee, Dijon, mustard yellow. Okay, so this is a good way to learn words. Here's the greens. Chartreuse green. Do you know chartreuse? Juniper green. Sage. These are chartreuse. That's actually a drink. And juniper and sage are plants. Lime is a citrus fruit, right? Like lemon. Ferns. I have a fern right here. Where did it go? This is a fern. Fern green. So, this is a good way to learn words. Okay? I'm going to give you this website because it's a good website. Look, they have Pakistan green. Let's look at the blues. Look at all these blues. Peacock blue, azure blue, cerulean blue, lapis blue, Aegean blue. You only knew green, simple. Right, that's what I'm saying. This is a good way to learn many, many shades and many colors and also many things. Right? Do you know what a sapphire is? Do you know what turquoise is? This is not an app, it's just a website, and you can go to it right here. Okay? So you can search those colors here and learn about colors. Imagine going to the mall and asking, do you have Egyptian blue pants? It happens. It absolutely happens, Frank. People in fashion are very particular about their colors. And so, yeah, absolutely. They, if you're really into fashion, you know, or fabric, right, then you might say, I want a suit, and I want a suit made in Egyptian blue. Okay, it happens. Usually you use the number of the color. Well, if you're doing it for computer stuff, then yeah, that works. But for the sake of learning English, why not learn the words? You know, why not learn the meanings? Jen, hello Jen. I am teaching English. Colors are part of English. Jen, 82,000 people follow me to learn English. Okay? But you have to be patient and listen and watch. Okay? Ah, you're Jack. Ah, I see. Yeah, it does happen. It does happen, Jack. Yeah. All right, so once again, today is the on-stage edition of English Q&A session. So if you have questions about English, grammar, vocabulary, questions about reading, writing, listening, speaking, questions about pronunciation or accent, if you have questions, ask me. Type your question in the chat or raise your hand and come on stage. Okay? All right, let's see. Why do I have a toothache today? Buckle up means to unfasten a seatbelt. No, buckle up means to fasten. Unbuckle means to unfasten. Yeah, buckle up means put your seatbelt on. Yeah, so buckle up is fasten, unbuckle is unfasten. And buckle up is a slang term that means get ready for something bad. Usually it means get ready for something bad, you know. Like if you tell a joke, maybe I tell a joke and you say, oh, that joke is so bad. And you say, oh, well, really? You think that joke is bad? Well, buckle up, because that means I'm going to tell a lot more jokes and they're going to be a lot worse than that. So you better put your seatbelt on. It's going to be dangerous. That's what it means, is whatever you're about to hear or discuss is going to be controversial or provoking in some way. And so they say, buckle up. Okay? You want to join me on my stage to talk with what? All right. So let's see. First, we have George. George wants to come on stage. Let's talk to George.
Hey,
Hello, George. How are
good evening,
you?
sir. I'm great.
Good. And
What
you,
what
you're
about you?
you're in China in what city?
Um, I live in Chengdu,
Chengdu.
South
Okay.
area.
All right.
Yes, it's
Great.
kind
And
of city.
what can I do for you today?
Uh, Today I'm still home and learning English and trying to learn about English grammar, simple grammar, right?
Okay.
So,
So, do you have any questions specifically for me? Do you have anything that you want to ask me about? Any problems you have, or things that you want to ask me about?
uh, yeah, I know you have been studied Chinese and uh, I have a question about the uh, do you have the skill about the reading or book or seems like uh, English book? But I know if I just want to improve my English skill and reading is most important. And do you have the suggestion about that? And yeah, I'm just curious.
So, do I have suggestions about books you should read?
Yeah.
Not specific ones. I can recommend some books that I like, but those are books that I like, right? The most important part about reading is you should read something that you like, right? So just
Yes.
because
Yes.
I like it doesn't mean you will like it. But
Mm.
if you like books about adventure, then look for books about adventure. If you like books about travel or history or science, then look for books about that, right? But today, you don't always have to find a book. You can, and you should. It would be great if you got a book, but actually, you can practice reading very easily today with ChatGPT or DeepSeek or any AI. If you just tell the AI, please write a short story for me, you can tell it how long. You can say write 5 paragraphs, or you can say write 10,000 words, something like that. And then you can say write at a C1 level, or write at a C2 level, or write at a B1 level, and you can tell it what to write about. You can say, I want a short story about travel, or a short story about adventure, or a short story about romance, right? Or you
Okay.
can ask it to write an article about something. It doesn't have to be fiction, it could be nonfiction. You could say, write a story or write an article about American culture. Write an article
Okay.
about technology, whatever, anything that it could be that you're interested in. So the point is that yes, reading is very valuable to you, but you should read things that you're interested in, because that's going to make it easier for you to read. The more interested you are, the more easy you will want to read it. You'll want to pay attention. You'll want to
Mm.
listen.
Mm.
If it's boring and difficult, you're just making it harder for yourself. You can do
Mm.
it, but it's harder. Okay? And then
Yeah.
reading books is great, but reading books is a big commitment. So
Yes, I
that
think so.
means you have a lot of time and a lot of effort to get through the book, right? But short stories or articles, that's not a big commitment. That's a short commitment. So that's why I'm saying something like DeepSeek or ChatGPT, you can just ask it every day, please write another article for me about this, and use this level of language and use this level of grammar. You can tell it what to do and it will do it. And you can say, please provide a vocabulary list for me, or please provide some comprehension questions, some questions about the story, right? So it's very useful because you can create writing. You can create something for you to read and do anything you want. You can customize it. So that's amazing, right? You should take
Yeah.
advantage of that. Read
Yeah.
books. Absolutely, read some books. Um, Sometimes I recommend a book called The Count of Monte Cristo. It's one of my favorite books. I'll write it here.
Okay. Okay.
Um, The Count of Monte Cristo is a book that was written a long time ago. It's by a
Yeah, but it is
Alexander
difficult.
Dumas is the name of the author, and it's not super difficult, but it's not super easy either. It's like a medium level, I think. And
Okay.
it has adventure, it has romance, it has revenge, it has class struggle, it has fighting and pirates and um, kings, and it has lots of different things. It's really That's why I like it, because this book is something that I feel like anybody can read this book and enjoy it. Because if
Mm.
you like romance, it has romance. If you like adventure, it has adventure. So it's
Wow.
good for everyone. And there is also a great movie version of the book, too.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
okay.
that's one. If you
Okay.
like fiction and you're looking for something interesting, that's a book I love.
Okay. That
Yeah.
sounds interesting.
Yeah,
And
it's a good
thank you
one.
to share
You're
about that.
welcome.
And
Yeah.
yeah, I will try about that. But do you have tried to read about Chinese book? Uh,
I
because you're
have, and I do. I
yeah.
have. There's a company that I use. It's called Mandarin Companion, and
Oh.
they have books that are written. They're just simple Chinese graded books. So my Chinese reading is very low. Um, I usually speak, and that's it. And that's all I usually worry about. I'm not that interested in learning how to read that well. I want to read, but I'm not that worried about it. Let me see if I can show you one here. Where did I put it?
Oh.
Where's my
Okay.
Kindle? There's my Kindle. So I have these books. Let's see, like this one. Um,
Oh, this one. Just a friends.
yeah, it's just a simple book that I got. This is the first
Okay.
one I got, right? And if you look, it's all Chinese. Let me show you. It's very
Oh.
simple, very
Oh.
very
Oh.
simple. But these are
But
great
it's
because
oh
they
yes.
use only maybe 300 characters, right? And so you read and you keep learning those 300 characters a lot. So it's good, and it's all you can press on it and learn the vocabulary words and type. It's really really useful. Um, so if you're looking to practice your Chinese reading, I highly recommend that company, Mandarin Companion. Great
Mandarin
books.
companion.
Yeah,
Okay.
and they're
Okay.
graded, so
Wow.
you can make them more difficult. You can get more difficult books. And some of them are very famous stories, famous Chinese stories or famous Western stories.
So, how many years have you been to study the Chinese?
Long time.
Long time.
Yeah, like 10 years, something like that.
Oh, 10 years.
Yeah, but
Wow.
but like I said, mostly it's just self study and just mostly for speaking. You know,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
did go to a university in Taiwan for 6 months, right, just
Wow.
to study
Wow.
Chinese.
That was so cool. That was so,
Yeah,
so
and it was
cool.
great, and it was really, really great, and it really pushed me further, and it made me understand pronunciation better, and writing, and reading, and um, but mm, my priority is not really reading. It's mostly just speaking and wanting to express myself. So most of the time, I focus on that.
Okay. Okay. Wow. You're so excellent, and you're doing great. And wow, it's encouraging me.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah. I just want to consistent to practice the English everything single day. I believe I can influence it to communication, the native speaker English, and so yeah, I hope I can do that.
So let me
So
ask you a question. Um,
okay,
if you want to be a great, let me think. If you want to be a great swimmer, let's talk about swimming. If you want to be a
okay,
great swimmer, then you must learn how to swim, and you must learn many ways to swim, and you have to swim well. You have to improve your technique, right? and you have to
Mm.
study many different kinds, many different styles, and you have to watch many people who do it, right? If you're serious about something, then you have to create a system that's serious. Okay? And
Yeah, yeah,
this is the problem that I see many people have is they tell me I really want to learn English. I'm serious. But then when I ask them how are you learning English, when they tell me what they're doing, it's not serious. Because they say, "Well, I read some and I watch YouTube videos." That's not serious. That's not a plan, right? If you want to be great at something, you make a plan so you can be great.
yeah,
You don't just do a little bit here and a little bit there and a
yeah,
little bit here.
yeah,
That's not serious. So
yes,
many people, they tell me how serious they are about English. English is so important to me, Teacher Mark. I need English. But then when I ask them what they do is watch TV shows or movies. That's not serious. Or
yeah,
maybe they study a half an hour a day. That's not serious. You know,
yeah,
you can't
yeah,
become great at something unless you have a
yeah,
serious system.
yeah. I totally understand your what you're saying, and it's great to suggest, and so I always tell me myself, and if you want to improvement, and you should leave your comfort zone, and that's important. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of mistakes. For
Yeah,
me,
I
when I was
agree.
the
Completely
first
agree.
used the platform How to Talk, and I I will come to the Tall. Do you know Tall?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. So I chatted with him. I'm so nervous. I would I was fear. Oh, maybe I so many people watching me, and maybe laugh at my grammar, my vocabulary. Yeah, it's a mistake. I'm feared, but that's okay. You don't be afraid, and the most people will like your courage, and it doesn't have to laugh your because this is a second language. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah.
I do.
So
Yeah, I know exactly what
yeah,
you're saying. Yeah, and so Gayla said most of us do like that, like make a serious system. But I can tell you that's not true. Most people don't make a serious system. Most people, they might make some kind of a system, but it's not that serious. Um, this is what I've learned from being a musician. When you become a musician, there's a big difference between an amateur and a professional. Okay? An amateur musician, they like to play, they have fun playing, they play sometimes, but they're not very serious. They don't have a serious system of learning and improvement. But a professional really has an incredible system of improvement, and it's a dedicated, focused system. And they're very careful about understanding, like, I can't
yeah,
progress unless I make a system, right? So that's really the
yeah,
difference. And I'm telling you that most people are uh, not serious enough when they want to learn something, especially languages. Especially languages. Some people
mm,
are. There are some people who are very serious, but many people they say they're serious, but they don't do anything serious. Yeah,
yeah. Yes, yeah, I think so. Yeah,
yeah,
that was that was a professional, and just do that, and yeah, keep pushing yourself to uh looking for, right. So I think that's the most important. Yeah.
yeah.
So, and
That's right. Yeah,
dedication, and it depends on your spending time,
yeah.
and if you spend more 1 2 hour every single day, or you spend a 5 6 hour day, that's so different,
Right,
right.
it's very different. But that's why I also I tell everybody that you have to make learning a lifestyle, right? So if you can learn for 1 hour every day, that's great, that's good. But most people, they can't study for 5 or 6 hours. That's, you're busy, you have a job, you have a family, you have things, you can't study for 5 or 6 hours like that. But you can study for 5 or 6 hours. But you have to do it by learning through your lifestyle. So when you do things like when you shower and get dressed and get ready in the morning, can you find a way to turn that time into learning time? Right? Can you
Yeah.
think about
Yeah.
English during that time? Right? Can
Yeah.
you listen to an English podcast while you're taking a shower? Can you think about your day in English? Think about what you need to do that day. When you make breakfast, can you think about that in English? When you go to the market, can you think about that in English? Right? So
Yeah.
that's how I use thinking as a way of practicing, and that's a good way to add hours to your practice, right? So if you practice for 1 hour every day doing English, that's great. But if you think for 3 hours every day in English, that's really good.
Yeah. Yeah. I did it. I did it about that. And just when I was shower, I was listening to uh, How to Talk live stream and your live stream. I was listening. That's interesting. I was, yeah. I was, not the live stream. I think your live stream is so great. You know, uh,
Thank you.
that's I forgot the guy. He come from the South American, and he's working the Mexico and the poor. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
I remember that, and just it was great, and it was
Oh, yeah. Oh, I know who you're talking
impressive.
about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
And
great.
yeah, I told me myself, and you should work hard to study English, and yeah, just leave yourself comfort zone,
That's right.
and yeah, just
Yeah.
just uh how to say uh
Learning is
uh,
all about being uncomfortable. It's really that simple. Learning is about being uncomfortable because anything you learn is new, and anything new is uncomfortable. So,
yeah.
learning is all about getting out of your comfort zone. You know?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I think so. I think
Yeah.
so. Just um I just came chemical about every chance to practice, and to say if I were mistakes, I hope you can let me know, and I just want improvement, and I want, but um how to say that, I forgot about that. But when I was reading about the Charlotte's book, and uh but few times ago, I would when I was speaking, I will forgot so many words. That's why not. Be-
Uh,
I think it's I'm not the often to use about
that's exactly
that.
why. That's exactly
Yes.
why. But that's why I said you need to spend more time thinking in English. Because if you spend all your time thinking in Chinese and never thinking in English, then yeah, you're going to forget those words. But if you spend time thinking in English, then you'll use those words. You'll find ways to use those words, right? So when you read a book like Charlotte's Web, you should make some notes, right? Like have a vocabulary notebook. That would be good. Write down the new words you're learning so that you have them
Mm,
to look at later, right? But
mm,
also, when you're just living your daily life, you should try to think about, if you learned a new word in that book, do you have that word in your life? Is that word valuable to you some way? Can you use it? Is it do you have an opportunity to use those words from that book? And if you do, then find a way to use them in your mind or in real life to use them by
okay.
speaking. So
Okay. That's a good happy. That's a good
yeah,
happy. And just
so
mm,
what I tell people is words are just like people. If you don't spend time with someone, you won't remember them. But if you spend time with them, you will remember them. It's the same thing with words. If you only spend a minute with a word, of course you forgot it. But if you spend more time with it, the more time you spend with it, the more likely you will remember it. right? So if you learn fast, you forget fast. If you learn slow, you forget slow.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. But I need to spend more time and just you just do the lifestyle. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
hope
right.
I can do
That's the
that.
most important part is
And
language is one of the few things that you can practice it without doing anything, right? If you want to ride a bike, you have to practice on a bike. If you want to learn to swim, you have to swim. If you want to learn to fly a plane, you have to fly the plane. But if you want to learn how to speak English, you don't have to do anything. You can just think, right? So actually, it's a lot like flying a plane, right? Uh, Flying a plane is something that you need a lot of training, many, many hours, right? They don't let you become a pilot unless you have many thousands of hours of practice time, right? And it would be great if they could all go up in the air and practice in the sky, but they don't. What do they use? What do they use instead of flying? How does a pilot practice? What do they use? Do you know? They use a
okay.
they use something called a flight simulator. A flight simulator is a like a fake computer that it lets you practice flying, right?
Yeah.
It's like a video game for flying,
Just
right?
another, yeah, just
Yeah.
playing again.
That's
It's
right. It's like a video game for
yeah.
flying. And
Mm.
they practice that a lot so that they can get into the real plane. So thinking in your mind is like that. It's like a practice room, just like a flight simulator. A flight simulator is a practice room. Your mind is a language practice room. Your mind is a
Yes.
language practice room, but you just have to use it more.
Yes. Just
Yeah.
don't complain and just do that and
Yeah, as much
just
as you
be a
can.
patient.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know your job is music. So it's so what's your favorite like star in America? Do you have?
I don't really have any favorite stars. No. Uh, I like too many kinds of music, and I like too many
Okay.
different um, musicians, too many different time periods. Like, music is something that I couldn't choose my own. It's like choosing my own favorite food. I can't choose a favorite food either because I love so many foods. So, choosing a favorite song or choosing a favorite artist, I can't do it. I love them. There are many I could tell you that I like, but I can't tell you that this one is like the number one or the best or something.
Mm,
If I'm listening to jazz music, I love Miles Davis.
jazz
I love
music.
John Coltrane. I love Keith Jarrett. I love you know Horace Silver. There's lots of jazz musicians I like, but if I like rock music, I like indie rock, like the Afghan Wigs and the Yeah Yeah Yeahs and um, my band.
Okay.
And so I like. There are just too many that I like. They're like, I don't know. I don't know how to choose one. I don't know how to choose.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That's so cool. So how many hours do you spend on your work? And so
On my work, well, I have
uh,
many. So I am a drummer, but I am also a teacher. This is my work.
oh, oh,
So I do more than one thing. I do anything I can do, right? So uh, I have a different way of looking at work, and I think it's a good way that you should all start thinking about more. You should not say, I am a blah, blah, blah. I am a doctor. I am a lawyer. You shouldn't say that. And the reason why is because when you say that, it makes you think that that's the only thing you're good at. But
yes.
but you can have many talents, you can have many skills, you can have many abilities, and they can all be good. Um, so I am a drummer, and I'm a pretty good drummer, but I'm also a teacher, and I'm a pretty good teacher. And I've done other jobs too, like cooking and marketing, and I'm good at those also, you know? So
Mm.
what I tell people is if you can do something, then you can do something, right? So don't define yourself by one job. Define yourself by what you're able to do.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense. And
Like Da
so
Vinci, Da Vinci,
most
Da Vinci，你
okay
知道 Da Vinci 吗？
大问题。
达文西，你知道达文西，他是很有名的意大利人。达文西，
Sorry,
你们知道
我可能
吗？非常非常有
大
名的。
问题
Fluffy 可以写吗？达文西，
philosophy。Sorry, I
你们知
I
道
don't know.
吗？
哦，达芬奇
对对
是吧？
对对对，达芬奇，达芬奇，对
哦，yeah, yeah,
，yeah，
yeah, yeah, I
他
know.
有他
Famous one.
他做什么工
I,
作？他有很多的。
yes,
He was an
yes,
artist, he was a mathematician, he was a musician,
yes.
he was a painter, he was a sculptor, he was a designer, he was an inventor. He
Okay.
did anything he could do. He did anything he
But
was able to do,
yeah,
you know?
but I think he has talents for so many things.
That's true, but
Is right?
guess what?
Yes.
Maybe you do too.
Yeah, yeah. Of course, I can do that. Yeah, just struggle to and just find your what's interesting about that, and just
Here's my
your
belief.
say your mention about dedication, right?
Some people
Yeah.
think that Da Vinci was special. He had more talents. That's why he was that way. What I believe is you're just like Da Vinci. I'm just like Da Vinci. The difference is Da Vinci had the opportunity to be creative. He had the opportunity to do what you want to do, Da Vinci. Nobody told him. He said, I want to paint. I'm going to paint. I want to make music. I'm going to make music. I want to design something. I'm going to design something. He did what he wanted to do, right? He had the
Mm.
opportunity to pursue his creativity. If you had the opportunity to pursue your creativity, you would also be like Da Vinci. That's the way I see it. Everybody could be if they had the opportunity to pursue their own creativity.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Da Vinci has the opportunity to pursue his creativity,
That's
right?
right. Yeah. Not
Um,
everybody does have the opportunity, you know? Like, but maybe there could be somebody who has a terrible job working in a factory all day, very long hours, or maybe in a field on a farm. They're working on a farm every day and they work very long hours. They might be really, really talented in some very special way, but they never get the chance to find out because they're working in the field or the factory all day.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
It's
That makes sense.
It's
That
yes,
makes sense.
it's unfortunate, but like people and talent is they're kind of like diamonds. Diamonds are actually not that rare. There are many diamonds in the world. You can find them, but you have to look. But most people don't ever look for a diamond. And if you never look, you'll never find it.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
That's so
So
cool.
find your
But you
diamonds. That's what
yeah.
I call it. Finding your diamonds means finding your talents and trying to pursue them. And
Yeah.
there's a famous artist. His name is Bob Ross. He was a
Bob
painter.
Ross.
Yeah, Bob Ross was a
Mm.
painter on TV in America. When I was a
Mm.
boy, every day you could turn on the TV and there was one channel and he was always on this channel and he would teach you how to paint. Okay? And he would paint these beautiful nature scenes like mountains and lakes and valleys and oceans, beautiful, right? And he had a quote that I love. He said, talent is a pursued interest.
Pursue the interest.
So what that
Okay.
means is sometimes we say, "Oh, he's so talented or she's so talented," and it's you're kind of saying like, "Oh, they're special. I can't be like that. I couldn't be like that." But that's not true. Talent is a pursued interest. So what this means is if you have an interest, you have something you're interested in, chase after it, pursue it. To pursue means to chase, right? If you chase after it, if you pursue it long enough, You keep pursuing it. Eventually, people will say, oh, wow, look, he's so talented. It's just because you pursued your talent long enough. Eventually, people will call you talented if you pursue your interest. So, pursue your interest. Find your interest. Be curious about things. What are you curious about? That's your interest. Then pursue it. And if you pursue it for a long time, then somebody's going to say, wow, he's so talented at that.
Yeah, my favorite movie is Pursuit of Happiness.
Ah, okay,
Do you
there
know
you go.
this?
Pursuit of
Yeah,
happiness. That's right. The
yeah,
pursuit to
yes,
chase after happiness. Right. Yeah.
yeah,
So
yes,
this would be the pursuit of talent.
yes, yes. When I was the first time watching about the film, and wow, it was impressive, and um, it was great movie, and yeah, so popular in around the world, and this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
it's a
great. Yeah.
struggle.
Good. Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to say is anybody could be talented, but
Yeah,
you have to find something you're interested in and then do it. And if you do it long enough, do it for 1 year and then do it the next year and then do it the next year and then do it the next year. And eventually people start saying, wow, look at how they're so good at it. You know, that's it. It's really it.
yes, yes, I think so. I just be patient, and just maybe where the whole life for, and you should keep going, learning everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's not only the English, but English is important. If you're going to travel, and to went to the going to the university in foreign uh, country,
Uh-huh.
and you have to improvement, or get through the IELTS
Mm-hmm.
exam,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, but career, yeah, so many people ask me, why are you learning English, and I would say, because for my work. I was doing the export about the wine, you know, the alcohol,
Mm-hmm.
and I so I live in China, and uh, uh, I guess uh, the the foreign person is more the knowing about the able knowledges, and I should learn from them, and I need learning English, because I just want an improvement, um per professional professional skill. Yeah, so that's why I'm learning English, and just improvement. And yeah, I would try to read about the decanter article, to learn about the professional knowledges.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I just want to uh, do that. And so,
Well, just keep pushing
yeah,
yourself, George. Just keep pushing yourself.
yes.
Remember that if you're learning something, it should feel hard. If it doesn't feel hard, you're not really learning.
Oh, okay. If you feel the heart and it doesn't learning, okay,
If it doesn't feel hard, then you're not
okay.
really learning because you're
Oh,
not
oh,
pushing
okay,
yourself enough. Okay? Like
okay,
learning
okay,
is supposed to feel difficult because it's new. You're pushing yourself to do new things and learn new things. So if it doesn't feel hard ever, if you never feel difficult, if it never feels hard, then you're not really pushing yourself. You're not really learning.
okay.
Okay?
That's
So you have
interesting.
to push
That's
yourself.
interesting.
Yeah,
Just
if you
like climb the mountain,
that's right.
right?
That's exactly right. That's what I tell people is like sometimes when you climb a mountain, sometimes it's a beautiful view and it's nice and sunny and it's nice and easy. But sometimes when you climb a mountain, it's dangerous and difficult and you have to be careful, right?
Yeah,
And it's a
but
challenge.
yeah. I think so. I totally agree about your suggestion. But this year, I realized about the one thing, and the only the positive energy to pushing your forward, and negative it doesn't to help your healthy, right? Your mind, it doesn't
Yeah,
it doesn't
it
good for you.
doesn't. That's right. Yeah. Negativity is one of those things where it can be useful if you're just being critical. There's a difference, though. Being critical is not the same as being negative. Being critical is trying to find ways to make something better. Being negative is just trying to find something wrong,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
George, it was nice to talk to you, but I need to talk to some other people here today. But it was great to
Okay.
talk to you
Okay.
again. But
Okay.
come back and see me again sometime, okay?
Thank you, Mark,
You're
Teacher
welcome.
Mark, and it's my pleasure to chat with
It
you.
was my pleasure
You're
too.
teaching me a lot, and okie dokie.
All
See
right,
you.
take care, my friend. I'll see you next time. Bye, bye,
See
George.
you. Bye. Bye.
Okay, let's see. Raise your hand if you want to come talk to me. I saw somebody was very impatient and wanted to talk to me. And again, guys, this is really not that complicated. If you come to my room and I'm talking to someone, I'm talking to someone. Have you never ever had a social interaction where you have to wait to get what you want? Because here, if you want something from me, you must be patient and you must wait your turn because you are not the only one here. So probably that person who is impatient probably already left. And again, that tells you everything you need to know about the seriousness of their learning. If you have no patience, then you will never be good. If you have no patience, then you will never be good. All right, let me see here. You're welcome, Nora. Yes, talent is the pursuit of an interest. Find your interest and pursue it. That's right. I believe finding your talent is hard. It's not as hard as you think. Again, Mora, finding your talent is about finding your interest. Finding your interest is about finding your curiosity. What I tell people is curiosity is the smoke of passion. Passion. When we talk about the word passion, you think about fire, right? Passion is fire. So if passion is fire, then curiosity is smoke. And when you smell that smoke, I smell smoke. Where's the fire? Follow it. Follow the smoke. Follow your curiosity, and then you'll find the fire. You'll find the passion. Curiosity is the smoke of passion. Okay? Let's see. I'm interested in many things after I tried them. I feel that those things have not hooked me too much. Well, Gayla, maybe you didn't really try them enough. Elon Musk is talented in engineering science. Maybe. But honestly, not in any particularly brilliant way. He is good at that one thing, but not really any better than anyone else. He has not written any papers that are any groundbreaking papers of anything. Uh, he has bold vision, but for every positive quality he has at least three negative qualities, and he has put that on display over the last few years. He's a perfect example of how no matter how smart you are, you still have to be a good person. He's a prime example of that. In music, we have the same thing. In music, sometimes you meet a musician who is the most amazing guitarist you've ever seen, or the most amazing singer, the most amazing drummer, the most amazing pianist, whatever. They are the best, but they are a jerk. And guess what? No one wants to work with a jerk. So no matter how talented you are, you could be the best. But if you're a jerk, no one wants to work with you. There's a lesson that somebody needs to learn. So boss says, when I learn new words or anything, so when I have to revise them again and again, it's kind of boring. Okay, so find a better way that's not boring. Just because that's the way you did it doesn't mean that's the only way to do it. Okay? Just because you deliberately tried to find a way to do it without creativity doesn't mean that there aren't ways to do it that are creative. If you want to make your learning more interesting, then you have to use creativity. Creativity. All right. Who wants to be up on stage? I don't see anybody. There's Athena. Just 1 second, Athena. Let me just catch up with the comments here. You're welcome, Adil. You're curious about many things that makes you confused. Keep following them. Keep pursuing them. The worst thing that can happen, Mora, is you'll learn a lot. You'll learn a bunch about many things. I'm curious about many things too, Mora. I study about food and cooking and history and science. I study about gardening and nature and music history and music and culture. And I study about traveling and technology and languages. I study about many, many things. I'm interested in many, many things. That's not a bad thing. The worst thing that can happen is that you learn. Being curious about many things is not a bad thing. Being curious about few things, that's a bad thing. All right, let's see. Geeker, you might be in the wrong place. We're not talking about Elon Musk, and we're not talking about the stock market. So I'm not sure what your purpose is here. But I'm an English teacher. We're talking about language. We're talking about English. We're talking about culture. But we're not talking about that. All right, let's see. Let's talk to Athena. Hello, Athena. How are you?
Hello, I'm good. My head looks so big.
Huh? You look fine. What are you talking about? You're thinking too much.
Much bigger than yours. Like
No.
um, yeah.
Same. So what's new?
Oh, I tried this garlic. It's Shandong garlic, Shandong black garlic.
Ooh, yummy. I love black garlic.
Really? You
Yeah.
have tried it?
Sure, in Taiwan. Yeah. Black garlic ramen is one of my favorite kinds of ramen. Japanese black garlic ramen. Yeah.
I'm not sure if you are talking about this one.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, it might not be the same exact black garlic, but yes, we have black garlic too. Yeah, and we use it for different
Not,
things.
it's not like from the jar. It's kind of dry
Yeah, right.
and totally black.
Yeah, right.
Wow,
Yeah.
you really have tried everything.
Well, I'm a cook. I love to cook. If there's an ingredient, then I know about it. I have a book over there that's in my library that's it's only a book of ingredients. That's all it is. It's just a book of ingredients of food from all over the world, and it just tells you what it is and where it comes from and what flavor it is and how you use it. So yeah, if you're a good cook, you have to know about ingredients, and black garlic is a special one.
And do you know the flavor?
Yeah, I mean, I love garlic flavor in general. I love garlic. I'm a big garlic fan. I put garlic in everything. If I could eat garlic ice cream, I would. Um, but garlic, black garlic is a little more of a special flavor. You know, not quite so bold as raw garlic, like white garlic. Yeah.
Sweet, mostly sweet.
Right. It's more
Um,
mild. Yeah. That's right.
yeah. And do you know if you eat a few of these, you'll go to bathroom quickly.
Yes. That's
You
true.
know that?
Yes, I do know that. Yes. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Let's see. What did somebody else say here? Do you guys know about black garlic? They look like
Yeah.
blueberries. Those two, that would be a big blueberry.
Yeah. Someone said 黑蒜拉面, black garlic noodles.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
those kind of noodles.
Yeah. 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 That's right. Yeah.
I don't know that.
No. No. You've never tried that before. No.
First time I bought this black garlic.
And you just eat it by itself.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's interesting. See, for us, garlic is an ingredient. We don't usually just eat it.
Oh,
So we'll use it for cooking. Like I'll use it for chicken or for beef or for pork or for steak or something like that. You know, like
it's not spicy. The black garlic is not spicy. It's pickled.
right, yeah, right, yeah. But still, we usually just use it as a side ingredient, like a side item, not as a main thing. That's interesting.
Oh,
I
I
have
don't
never tried.
know.
I have never tried it like that. I would like to try it like that sometime.
Oh, I don't know. I just I want to try it. Then I tried it.
That's good. Good for you. Good for you. Yeah.
It doesn't smell. It doesn't smell that strong. It's not because Mara is asking. Uh, yeah, it's just a slight smell, and if you chew it, it's mostly sweet, a tiny bit spicy, and a little bit sour, mostly sweet.
You know,
It's really
I had
good.
never tried. I love garlic, but I had never tried raw garlic by itself before until when I was in Taiwan. I was in Taiwan and they had. I was in the south of Taiwan, and my friend took me to a place that had sausage, right? And it was Taiwan sausage, right? And if you've never had it before, it's a special kind of Chinese sausage that's very sweet. The sausage is very sweet, and I had never had I'd never had sweet sausage before. Sausage is not sweet where we come from. It's like salty and fatty and greasy, but it's not sweet, right? So when I ate it, I thought, wow, that's weird, sweet sausage. But then I came back and I told him, I said, I had this sausage. It was really interesting, but very sweet. He said, oh, well, you're supposed to eat it with garlic. And I was like, oh, and they had raw garlic there, like whole pieces of garlic. And you're supposed to take the sausage and bite a piece of the sausage and bite a piece of the garlic and eat them together. Because then the sweet sausage is balanced by the spicy garlic. And you put them together and then it's really yummy. I loved it. It was
I
great.
didn't know that
Yeah.
because I'm from the north, and in the north people don't eat sweet sausage,
Uh-huh.
but now I'm in the south, and they like sweet sausage, and I don't eat that. I think it's so I don't
Yeah,
like that
it's not my.
flavor.
I didn't like it at all when I first tried it. I didn't like it at all. I was like, not my favorite sausage at all. I love sausage, but that was like, But then after I had it with the raw garlic, I was like, oh, that's totally different. Now it's got a little spice to it. Now it's balanced. It's not that just sweet taste.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try.
Yeah, try it next
Try.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
get one piece of garlic and just take a little tiny bite of garlic and then eat a bite of sausage together and see how it is. It's really yummy. Yeah.
Wow, you are so knowledgeable.
No, that was just such a fun moment for me because I had never had raw garlic before. And I just remember taking a bite of that and then I was like, wow, that's really powerful. But then the sweet sausage, it was like it balanced it, mellowed it out. It made it nice. Yeah.
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 Erin said,
Garlic
garlic
makes
makes
everything
everything
good. Yeah,
good.
that's what I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love garlic. That's the only thing I don't like about Buddhism, right? Buddhism doesn't
Mm,
like garlic. They think garlic is a very powerful, strong flavor, and so because it's a strong flavor, they don't use it in any of their food because it's considered to be too stimulating, right? It's too strong, too
mm,
stimulating. So
my,
many
my
Buddhist
sister.
foods, they don't have any garlic in them. And I'm like, no, I love garlic. Come on. You got to give me some garlic.
You know, one of my sisters is a Buddhist, and she stopped eating garlic because she said the smell of garlic will block the how to say scent? No, you know the
Sense, maybe?
uh they light up that that thing smoke
The incense. Incense.
incense, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, block that smell
Oh, that's
so
interesting.
because they say because that smell, the incense smell, can be the bridge between them and the Buddhist, maybe,
Right.
and
Yeah.
the
Right.
Buddha. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, and Buddha doesn't like that garlic or yeah,
Yeah, see,
onion smell.
I like a lot of Buddhist ideas, but that's one I don't like because I love garlic. I think garlic is one of the greatest flavors ever. I love it so much.
Yeah,
You know?
there is noodle in south in the northwest of China, Shanxi, and they have those noodles is very broad,
Hmm.
like
Wide.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, white, and they put garlic and some vegetables
Hmm.
and meat in it, and the garlic really made the noodles good.
Do you know what we do? Is I take a whole bulb of garlic, the whole thing, right? The whole white bulb of garlic, and then we cut the top of it off, right? So that only the top of the garlic is open, right? And then you
Mhm.
pour a little bit of olive oil on it, a little salt and pepper, and you put it in the oven for an hour, maybe a little longer than an hour, and it will roast the garlic and turn it into this golden brown color, and it's super sweet and mellow. It's not strong flavor anymore. And you can take the bulbs of garlic and put it on a piece of toast and just spread it. It's they become like mush when you cook them for like an hour. They become like mush, and you can just spread it over the top of a piece of toast and eat it. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Roasted garlic is my favorite flavor. Yeah.
Just the garlic. Wow, I should try
Yeah,
that.
yeah. All it's so simple. You just like I said, take some garlic. You can take a whole clove of or whole head of garlic and chop off the top, put some oil and salt and pepper on it, put it in the oven. Uh, we will usually put aluminum foil on it, right? So we'll put the bulb of garlic inside some aluminum foil and put it in the oven for an hour and a half. And you can use that flavor for so many things. So sometimes I like to cook some just to keep it around. And then maybe I make some mashed potatoes and I put a couple of bulbs of roasted garlic in there and mash them up. And now you have roasted mashed potatoes. Or you use it for flavoring like steak. You know, you have some steak. Oh, you have some roasted garlic with your steak. Oh, so yummy. You know. So
Oh my
roasted
God, you're
garlic.
making my mouth watering.
Yeah, it's very, very, very popular here. It's a very common thing to do is to roast garlic. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, every time I listen to you, um, there are always some golden words come out from you. Like, yeah, no matter food or English or some um, how to say, uh, philosophy, yeah.
Yeah, I'm an idea guy, and that's why I like teaching because teaching is about communicating. And when you have um, an idea in your head and you feel like, oh, that makes sense, and now I just need to tell you what it is so you can understand too. It's like, oh, so all I'm doing is I'm just explaining to you what I think, right? So in my head, I'm just telling you, well, this is the way I see it. And then if that's great and you like that, then that's wonderful for me. I love that. But um, it's just me telling you how I feel about things. That's it.
Yeah, today when we were talking to that gentleman, I realized you were um, really talented and passionate about everything you do. That's yeah.
That is true. Like that is, it's one of those things that's a blessing and a curse because uh, I don't do things unless I do them passionately. But that means that there are some things that I just can't do well because I'm not interested. I'm not passionate. If I'm not interested in it, then I can't do it well. So there are some things, like for example, computers, right? Computers and computer technology and programming. I'm not interested in it at all. And so I suck at it. I'm really terrible at it. Like I can't do it. Um, but certain things I love, like cooking. I'm really interested in cooking, so I love cooking. So I do it, and then I'm interested, and then I'm passionate, right? But like I said, it's kind of a blessing and a curse because either I'm all into it and I can do it completely, or I just can't.
That's good too.
Yeah, I guess.
People, yeah, and oh, because the life is something wrong with it, so
It's okay.
sometimes
That's all right.
yeah, yeah,
You can
um,
the word we say is flicker. The lights flicker. Flicker.
flicker.
Flicker. Flicker. Flicker. To flicker. Yeah. Sometimes when a light, like I have lights like that here above me too, and the lights, the fluorescent lights, they're fluorescent lights, right? And fluorescent lights sometimes flicker. Yeah, it's annoying. So I don't use my fluorescent lights because they flicker. Yeah, the light is
Is it
flickering.
right?
That's right. The light is flickering.
Uh-huh. And the status, or don't know how to say it. I don't know if I'm using the right word at all. The status you show, it's like a flower blooming. Uh, Is that blooming? Or
Mm-hmm.
is a
Yeah.
flower blooming? Your life is like flower blooming, fully and beautifully.
I,
Yeah, that.
I, you know how I think about my life? I'll tell you how I think about my life.
Mhm.
My life is more like I'm a weed and I'm growing in the crack of the sidewalk. I'm like in the pavement. So I might have a beautiful flower. I might look beautiful, but I don't fit in where I am. So I appreciate that. I'm glad you think so. I'm glad you think so. I'm glad you see it that way. That's what I want to be, but um,
Mhm.
being yourself is both the most difficult thing in the world and also the easiest thing in the world.
Right, right.
You know, it's the paradox of being yourself. You know, it's one of those things that's so easy, but it's also really hard. You know.
Yeah, I know. Like on the read on the payment. Yeah, pavement or payment, pavement,
Pavement.
pavement, pavement. Oh, sideways. You said sideways. Yeah,
Hmm.
and um, like the tree, the tree on the cliff. It's not much soil, but it can
Right.
um show the power of life.
Sure.
Uh,
Yeah, right.
yeah.
That's the way we see it. Like the way I just talked about it is the way musicians from my city. That's the way we used to talk about being a musician here. Was in Cincinnati, the music scene is not very strong. So if you are a musician here, you have to work much harder because the environment is not very good. So that means that if you go to a city like New York or Chicago where they have a great environment, you'll probably be fine because you struggled so much when you were in this bad environment that when you go to a good environment, now it's like, oh, well, this is easy, right? So that's kind of how it is. It's like being a dandelion. Do you know what a dandelion is? Dandelion, it's a kind of plant. I think you know. Let me find out the Chinese. Let's find out.
I'm lying.
Dandelion, 就是那个蒲公英.
Oh,
That's called a dandelion, right? And they're weeds, right? And so sometimes you see one and they're growing in the sidewalk, in the concrete, right? They're in the crack. And it's obviously it's not a happy place to be. It's not a perfect place to be, but it's there and it's surviving and it's living. But if you took that plant and you picked it up and you pulled it out of that concrete and then you put it into a nice jar or a nice pot, it's going to do well because now it's in a beautiful environment, right? So sometimes when you're in a difficult place, it makes you stronger.
yes. Yes. I think like Chinese people are good at surviving, survival. I
Hmm.
don't know how to say. Yeah. And can say more. Yeah.
No, but it's true. Everywhere, people think there are some people that think every place is great, and there are some people that think every place is terrible, right? Um, so there is a certain set of mindset. You know, there's a certain amount of mindset that has to do with it. That okay, maybe your place is difficult. Maybe the place you are is difficult, but maybe that's making you stronger.
Right.
You know.
Mm-hmm. So happy talking to you today, talking with you.
It's
And
always
thank
nice
you
to
for
see
your
you.
time.
It's always nice to
Yeah.
see you, Athena.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also Belen.
Yeah, Belen too, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well,
Time for me to. Yeah.
okay. Well, have a
Yeah.
good rest of your evening, and I'll see you again next time, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
You have a good day.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Who's next to talk to me? Did I miss any comments? Let me just look at the comments. I would be a perfect life coach as well. I need a life coach, so I don't know if I should be a life coach. Okay, let's see. How about let's talk to Positive from Myanmar. Positive, are you there? Raise your hand if you want to come talk to me. Positive, hello, Positive. Okay, how about Tattoo? Tattoo, are you there? Okay. Well, anyone else? Raise your hand if you want to come talk to me. Let's see, is anyone over here? Nobody's over there. Hello to my YouTube people. Hello, Babinka. Oh, now we have some people. Let's talk to James.
Hello.
Hello, James. How are you?
Not bad.
Good.
How about you?
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good.
I on your stage, I watch your video very often,
Hmm.
but I haven't know your name actually.
Oh, you can call me Teacher Mark.
Teacher Mark.
Mhm.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
So, do you have a question for me today, James? Something that I can help you with?
Um, I how to say I learned English for few years,
Mm-hmm.
but I still how to say confused about my pronunciation.
Hmm. Okay. Well, let me
So
tell you about that. So,
yes,
James, Chinese is a small mouth language, but American English is a big mouth language. So, when I speak Chinese, I make my mouth small. When I speak English, I make my mouth big. So
big.
you need to do the same thing, right?
Exaggerate.
Yeah. So practice your vowel sounds. Many Chinese people they have a lot of trouble with vowel sounds. And the reason they have trouble with vowel sounds is because they don't open their mouth enough. And if you don't open your mouth enough, then all the sounds are the same. But if you open your mouth more, then you can hear the difference. So, for example, James, uh, the letters A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U. Watch my mouth.
Yes.
A, E,
A
I,
E
O, U.
I
Yeah, make
O
it very big, okay?
A
You want to
E I
exaggerate.
O U.
Exaggerate everything. Okay, 这是夸张的 okay, 需要很夸张 yeah, okay, big, yeah, okay. And when you do the short vowels is those are the ones that sound like this: a, e, I, o, so that's the short a, short I, short e is a, e, I. 你的嘴你需要就是 a 就是大的嘴 ，e 就是中的嘴 ，i 就是小的。So a
Yeah.
e I a I 大的中的小的，大的中的小的。
A A E
对，
A A E
不错不错 ，yeah。So a I o
O O
yeah，
呃
对 yeah, that's it. Okay, so when you make them big, you can hear the difference. So, for example, if you say the word bag,
bag
big,
Bag.
big A,
Bag.
bag. But the word
Bag.
beg,
Bag.
B-E-G is beg, zhongda, beg,
Bag.
beg. Yeah, so bag, bag, dada,
Bag.
zhongda.
Bag
对
Bag.
And then
Bag.
we have
Big.
big, 小的 big, 很小
Big.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
dada, 中的小的 bag, big, big.
Bag. Bag. Big.
对
Bag.
对
Bag.
yeah,
Big.
much better. Yeah, much better. So, when I speak Chinese, I make my mouth smaller. When you speak English, you need to make your mouth bigger.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you so much.
That's
Thank you
that's
so much.
one big difference between Chinese and English. And then you need to practice the sounds that are difficult for you. So, like the TH sound. There is no TH in Chinese. So, many Chinese people they have trouble with the word T or the sound TH, right? So, practice the TH sound like the word thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, good. And pull it, make it long, right? Because when you pull the sound and make it long, 这是加框的, it's exaggerated. And now you can practice more, right? If the sound is very short, then you practice only very short. But if the sound is very long, then you practice long, right? So when you practice the TH sound, practice the word thank you. Thank you. Really long.
Thank you.
Yeah, pull that
Thank
sound,
you.
make it longer. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's much
Thank
better.
you.
Yes, good, good, good. The more you do it longer, the easier it will be because you're getting more time to practice. Okay, so everyone, this is true for any sound. If you have trouble with the R sound, then make the R sound longer. When you say the word car, don't say car, say car.
Car.
Yeah, make it
Car.
longer. Or if you're practicing
Car.
the V sound, don't just say very, say very.
Very.
Yeah. Pull
Yeah,
it,
very
pull it.
good.
And yeah, remember that you're not trying to practice it short, you're trying to practice it long because then you will learn the sound. You'll learn it properly. Okay? Your brain will have time to learn. If the sound is too short, your brain does not have time to learn. But if you make the sound long, then your brain will see it and say, "Oh, I understand. I see what you're doing. Now I understand what you want." Okay?
Yes.
So work on that more, James. Okay? Every day.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah, no problem.
Thank you so much.
And somebody asked, what's my YouTube channel? If you go to at AFIEC English, search for that and you will find my YouTube channel. Okay?
Is the address of your YouTube?
Yes. Yeah, that's my
Okay, I
YouTube
need to
channel.
write.
Yeah,
I
go
need to
ahead.
write it.
Mm-hmm. And you can follow everything of mine here. If you go to this link here, that link has my YouTube, it has my website, it has my podcast, it has my Hello Talk, it has everything at that link there. Okay?
Okay. Can you repeat? Could you please repeat again?
Yeah, it's right there. Go to at AFIEC English. At AFIEC.
I see.
AFIEC. It means a friend in every corner. A friend in every corner. A friend in every corner. AFIEC.
A friend in every corner.
Yeah, a friend in every corner. That's AFIEC.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, got it.
And yeah, and then you can find me on YouTube and you can also find my website. Okay?
Yes, YouTube.
Do I understand what?
Okay. In the website, I only search AFICU, and then I will.
For my website, you can go right here, afiecenglish.com. afiecenglish.com.
Okay, write down AFIECEN English. English.
Yeah. Okay, if you go to that website, then you can subscribe and follow me there. Okay.
Website. Okay.
Okay.
好的。
All right.
Okay.
Great. Well, James, it was nice to talk to you, but I'm going to let you go. Come back and see me
Okay.
again sometime. Okay.
好的。
Okay.
Thank you.
Take
Thanks
care.
your time.
You're
Thanks.
welcome.
Thanks.
Bye, James.
Bye.
Okay, I do need to get going because I have to meet with somebody to talk about my website and my book and a few things. So I will be back. What is today? Today's Friday, so I'll be back tomorrow. So if you have more questions, come back and see me tomorrow, and you can come on stage again. Okay? Yes, my book. I am writing a book about my teaching methods, but it's really hard to write a book, so it's taking a long time. So, I'm doing the best I can, though. All right. Have a good morning, everyone. Have a good afternoon. Have a good evening, wherever you live. Yeah, it is Friday the 13th. I didn't even realize that. All right, Belen. Take care. Tell your family I said hello. Give everyone a hug for me, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay? All right. Bye.